Hello and welcome back to Raccoon Creek Homestead. Today we are going to be starting some pepper seeds. Some of them are in newer containers that are just for me, and some I'm going to sell at our local farmers market, and then whatever doesn't sell I'll just grow and try to sell what they produce. So I start about 12 of those, and if we have extra, great, and I'll keep them, and if not, that's okay too. Now the ones that I'm growing for me personally, I won't do any for the farmers market, so I'm only going to do 4 cells of each one, but I'm going to start multiples in each one, and I may do that with those two depending on what it is. I probably won't with the habaneros, but I probably will with like the banana peppers because I like those too when they're mild, not when they're spicy, and I think they're going to be mild, which was the story from before where we bit into them and they were quite warm. If you want. So that being said, I have my coffee, I have my handy dandy helper, I've got my seeds, my starting trays, my labels. I don't with those. I'm just going to take a picture because some go this way and some go that way. So I'm going to put that in the video. That way when I can't find it, so when you see it, it's more for me. But if you guys want to, if that's an idea that works for you guys, then be my guest. Help yourself to stealing that idea. Okay, so for ours, and I found these I'm going to mark because I had enough markers for that. These I found at Tractor Supply. They had different sizes, but they're a heavier duty plastic. And then the bottoms, when you're ready, they're silicone and they just pop right out. So I'm gonna, like I said, start them in these. I'm gonna do 2 in each cell. And again, they're bigger, like compared to like a 6 cell. It's kind of hard to see, but that's
a big difference.
Yeah, there's a pretty big difference. So we're gonna put that back, that way they all stay in their correct space. I just use potting mix. You can get seed starting mix, but it's really expensive and I can't justify spending the extra money on something. I just pick out the big pieces. So if you're not opposed to picking out big pieces, then save yourself some money. And I feed my seeds like under anyway once they kind of get going with worm tea, compost tea, whatever you want to call it, tea. So here we go. And I am just putting dirt in it, and then my handy dandy helper is going to get it moist for us in the sink, and I'm going to try really hard. Usually I put newspaper down underneath it, but with having our wood stove, that's what we use for like to start them sometimes. So unfortunately I don't have any.
So we'll probably be swiping dirt off the table right after this video.
Pretty much. It's a smooth table, so we'll just get it all off and put it back in the bag or in the pot and disinfect the table and call it a day, because I am making a big old mess. And when I do this, I kind of pat it down a little bit, because when we get it wet, it's going to pat down anyway, and then I will put a little bit of a softer layer on the top. Oh, it's a good thing I don't mind messes.
Oh, and before we forget, if you like any of our content, then hit the little like button and subscribe if you're new and would like to get notified when our videos come out.
I love it when he does that, because I always forget. And that's like his, he remembers.
Yeah.
All right, handy dandy helper, you want to get these wet?
Yeah, just like the little drizzle.
A little drizzle, just enough to make it. We want it to be. We want it to be like brownie mix thick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like brownie mix.
He really likes brownies. His stepsister really likes brownies. I call him Chef Nick sometimes. It's all over my pants. Okay, for us, we are going to start Pippin's Golden Honey Pepper, the habanada, not habanero, habanada pepper, the, again, not hot, jalapeno pepper, and the arroz con pollo pepper, which is Spanish for chicken and rice, and it's a seasoning pepper. I've grown these before. They were really prolific. I grew them in a bag, just like a grow bag thing, like the cloth ones that you can get on Amazon for pretty cheap. A little bit more, please. But yeah, I don't like spicy. I had a viewer comment and say that the jalapeno pepper tasted like a jalapeno but wasn't spicy, so we got that one. And they also had a habanada, which isn't spicy but tastes like a habanero, and I've never been even remotely like brave enough. But I wanted to try like the flavor because I like the spicy pepper and spicy things taste. I just don't like the burn that comes with it because I'm a big baby. So we got those, and we're gonna try those, and we're gonna keep those. So where we live, there's our house, and then like this colossal hill, and then our gardens down here. Thank you, sir. So we are going to keep these because they're not spicy up here, and I'm probably gonna use them for landscape, or I have a little garden bed up top.
And we're gonna have our spicy ones probably down the hill so that if the deer do actually eat it, they will not want to come back.
Yeah, so we have deer really bad too, but I don't want them to be cross-pollinated because I want to save the seeds. So fingers crossed that they'll be far enough away from each other. And I mean, we're on 8 acres, so it's not like they're, you know, right next to each other. So I'm hoping, and I'm just picking out the big stuff. So I'm hoping that that the bees keep the spicy over there and the sweet up here, because the hot, when it comes to like seed saving, the hot will overrule the sweet every time. So if you're worried about you should be worried about cross-pollination if you want to keep the seeds for something sweet and you really don't want it to be spicy. So I hope that made sense. Okay, so I'm kind of patting down just to give myself, that way when I go to water, well, I bought them water, but. Okay, so that one needs a little more.
In this household, almost everything is a competition.
It is not. Okay, I'm competitive. He's not.
Hey!
You're sweet. You're a sweet pepper. I'm a competitive pepper. I don't know if that's a thing, but. Okay, so we have it all nice, and that's a big chunk. I swear it's the same chunk I just. Okay, which one are we doing first?
Arroz con pollo.
Con pollo. So in Spanish, a double L makes a ya. So it's arroz con pollo. Can I have it?
I want to do it.
Well, you can do it. I'm just going to get them out.
Okay.
All right. So these 4, and we're going to put 2 and 2.
Okay. By the way, I have them from right to left on the order we're going to plant them.
So alphabetically?
No, I didn't even mean to make it alphabetic.
But it is.
Yeah. I'm going by what looks spicy is.
Okay, so we're doing 4 trays at 2 seeds each. That's 8 seeds. Because we can do math. Okay, these 4. And I am just going to put this little tag right there.
So I know which ones they
Yep.
are.
And you're not going to want to put them real deep.
Is that too deep?
Oh, he's coming. Okay, sorry about that. My nieces came over with Oma and played and had a nice conversation. So now we're back. I went ahead and I already potted up or planted up the seeds for the ones that we're keeping. So now we're doing the ones that we are going to sell. I did go ahead and I don't know why I thought that like some of them were different than like sideways, but they're not. I'm just like imagining things. So I went ahead and I marked the banana peppers and the habanero. That way when I compare my picture, I'll know the left from the right and I can go from there. So no biggie.
Habanada.
What'd I say?
You said habanero.
Oh yeah, this one's going to be habanero. The habanado was over there.
Ooh, I like habanero. We can make habanero sauce.
You gonna eat it?
I'll try.
Ooh. He likes spicy. Depends.
We used to have a 48 little small bag box of Takis. Now it's like 5 bags.
Okay, so I'm gonna set these out kind of around the table. That way I know which ones are going, and we're gonna do 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
That's a lot of 2s.
That is a lot of 2s.
You starting with habanero?
Okay, you know what you're doing?
Put in holes in there, and then put in 2 seeds in each hole.
Okay, so I'm gonna get. Do you want something to poke with?
You can do the poking.
Aw, that's no fun.
I know. I like the fun part.
Hey, we should try to do this in a time lapse. What do you think? So there we go. We planted up banana peppers, albino bullnose peppers,
Jalapeno peppers, because they're jalapeno business. Habanero Caribbean orange peppers.
and then we also did corbaci peppers and
Jimmy Nardello Italian peppers.
And the jalapenos, you only get so many, so we didn't have enough to do another tray, so I will find something else to put in those. And like I said, I'm going to take a picture of them so I know what's what and where. We went ahead and put 2 in each one. A couple of them had 3 because someone, oh, also a little background, we really like Gilmore Girls. So if you also like Gilmore Girls, you're really going to like why he put 3 in a couple of these.
Basically, Rory, the daughter, wants to get 3 highlighters. And the mom's like, why 3 highlighters? And then Rory said, 1 runs out of ink, 1 gets lost, I have 1 left.
So, we did 3. That way, if for whatever reason, we'll have 1 left. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we planted them all, and we'll be able to separate these once they get bigger. Eventually, they'll go in red Solo cups to go to the farmer's market. And then I'll just write what they are on the cup. That way that whenever I don't have to worry about trying to get tags, I'm just going to write it on the cup and what it is, and we will be good to go. So we are going to go put these under our grow light. I'll probably put a little bit of water just in case to make sure that they stay nice and hydrated. And we will, I'll probably check these like every 20 minutes until once they start sprouting, because I get ridiculously excited, and we'll be good to go. So I will see you all next time. Next video will be to upplant my, well, I don't know if it's upplant. I'm going to take the tomato plants that have now outgrown my AeroGarden, and I'm going to put those in a temporary pot until summer. So that's the next video. I hope that you like and subscribe. Right?
Yep.
Okay, like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want the notifications. And we will see you next time. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.